Hi, today we will see about the edivo.net. One second. Yes, edivo.net. We'll see that why we are going to use the edivo.net. What is the role of edivo.net? First of all, we will see the abbreviation for edivo. Okay, what is edivo.net? Edivo is ActiveX Data Object. Okay. Okay, now we will see what is the use of edivo.net, what is the role of edivo.net. Okay, before seeing that, we should see about what is the application architecture. What it will be there in the application. What is the architecture of the application? We'll see that so that you will understand what is the role of edivo.net. Actually, I'll write this application architecture. Okay, yeah, we'll have front end application. Okay, sorry, yeah, this is a front end application. Here I'll write the back end application. Okay, this is back end application. Now we will see what is front end application, what is back end application. Front end application is nothing but a where user is going to interact with that application is called as front end application. Okay, and backend application is nothing but a where the user information going to store is called as backend application. Okay, you understood? Front end application means where the user is going to interact with that application, whereas backend means where the user data is going to store. See example, if you take the any application. Let's see some bank page. Okay, bank site web page. Whatever the information we are giving, that is nothing but where we are interacting. That screen is called as front end application. Where the end user is going to see that screen is called as a front end application. Okay, back end application is nothing but a user account number, user some details, where we are storing that user information is called as a back end application. Okay, now we should see how the front end application, back end application will communicate. Because suppose in the bank website, suppose if you open the bank details web page, if you give the account number, then automatically it will fill the username, right? User details, right? How? That means backend is interacting with front end, right? Then how it is possible? It is possible with the help of edivo.net. What it will do? It is possible with the help of edivo.net. Okay, from this thing we can understand this. edivo.net will provide the communication between the front end application and back end application, right? So edivo.net is, what is edivo.net? edivo.net is a .NET data access technology. Okay, edivo.net is a .NET data access technology. Okay, it will provide the, I'll write here so that you will get the clarification. It will provide the communication between front end and back end application. Okay, so it is the middle layer. The edivo.net is the middle layer between the front end and back end application, right? You understood, right? To get more clarity, I'll give you one diagram so that you will understand what is the role of ADO.NET and why we are using the ADO.NET. See. Okay, here whatever I'm selecting, this is the, okay, wait, I'll give you 1 second. Okay, this is the front end application. Here the role of ADO.NET is, this is a front end application, whereas the database is nothing but a back end application. Okay, where we are going to store the user information, that is the database. Okay, here ADO.NET is the middle layer between the front end application and back end application, that is the database, to provide the communication between these two applications, right? Okay, from this diagram you'll get one doubt, what is database? Okay, now we will see what is database. Is nothing but database is a collection of data, okay, stored in the form of tables. Okay, collection of data in the form of tables. Okay, I already told you that backend application is nothing but a where we are going to store the user information. Backend application or the database, both are same. So can we say that collection of user information in the form of tables? Right, database is nothing but a collection of user information. That is nothing but some data. User contains some data, right, in the form of tables. That is database. Okay, from this line also you will get one doubt. What is data? What is tables, right? Tables is nothing but collection of rows and columns. Collection of rows and columns. Okay, suppose nothing but you suppose if you take the username and password, you are going to arrange the username and password in the form of the rows and columns. That is the table. Okay, understood, right? Okay, the next thing, okay, you understood the role of the ADO.NET, right? And okay, now we will see about the data access architecture. What we'll see, data access architecture. What is data access architecture? Data access architecture is nothing but the way how the front end application is communicating with the back end application, is nothing but a data access architecture. The way you will get the clarity, the way how the front end application will communicate with the back end application. Okay, that is nothing but a data access architecture. Okay, there are two types of data access architecture. The first one is connected oriented architecture. Connected oriented architecture. Okay, and the next one is disconnected oriented architecture. Disconnected oriented architecture. Okay, now we will see what is connected oriented architecture, what is disconnected oriented architecture, how the front end application will communicate with the back end application in connected and disconnected. Okay, now we will see, 1 second. Yeah. In the connected oriented architecture, the front end application will communicate with the back end application. That is nothing but a will communicate with the central database directly. That is the connected oriented architecture. Okay. Whereas coming to the disconnected oriented architecture, in this thing, the front end application will not communicate with the central database directly. The main difference between these two is connected oriented architecture, the front end application, I'll write here, front end application will communicate with the central database directly. Okay, whereas in the disconnected oriented architecture, front end application will not communicate with the help of with the central database directly. Okay, then you can ask me, then how it will communicate? We will see the diagram for the connected oriented architecture and disconnected oriented architecture, so that you will get the idea how they are communicating. Okay, I'll show you one diagram here. This is connected oriented architecture. I'll explain this. One second. Okay, this is connected oriented architecture. Here the front end application will communicate with the central database directly, but the main thing is here programmer has to write the code to open the connection, to close the connection. That means programmer has to write the write the code before accessing the data from the central database, and we should open the connection before accessing the data. After accessing the data, we should close the connection. These two are the methods, open function and close method. These are the methods to open the connection, to close the connection. Okay, the main thing is here front end application will communicate with the central database directly. Okay, now we will see the architecture of the disconnected oriented architecture. I will show you here only. See, this is the disconnected oriented architecture. Here, the front end application will not communicate with the central database directly. This arrow is showing that actually programmer need not to write the code to open the connection or to close the connection. Here, the connection will open automatically and the connection will close automatically. Okay, now you can ask me, then how the front end application will communicate with the central database? With the help of the local database. With the help of the local database, it will communicate. What is that? Front end application will communicate with the central database. You can ask me then how the local database will support. Right. See, whenever we want to fetch the data from the database, that is a central database, we'll fetch the data from the central database and we will fill that into the local database. Okay, after that, as per our requirement, after filling into the local database, if you perform some operations on data in the local database, then it will automatically reflect it to the central database. Okay, as per the requirement, then we will send it to the front end application. Right, you understood? Right, this is a connected oriented architecture and disconnected oriented architecture. Okay, tomorrow we will see about the ADO.NET components. What are the components ADO.NET will support? Okay, okay, people. If you understand this video, if you want to take the course with me, please mail me to saitanvi17@gmail.com. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.